Hey guys, we're Bloom95, recording live from the County Prison Cell, and yeah, just gonna continue. Today's fight is gonna be Wario versus Knuckles. Hard to do this one because, for a couple of reasons. Because, first of all, you know, you look at it in any way, and you wanna say Knuckles is gonna win, easy. Like, for instance, Knuckles can fight, Wario can't fight. But then when you take it like Wario can fight, he can smash through bricks in Wario World, do all the stuff he does in Wario World. He can, smash through bricks because of, or sorry, WarioWare. You know what? While I made a mistake here, let me actually capitalize. On my last video, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like, make a button for it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make, like, a thing on it. Like, one of those things in the middle, right? But, explaining this. But in my last fight of Guts versus Siegfried, I kept saying that Siegfried uses Soul Edge when indeed he uses Soul Calibur. Sorry about that. Yeah, I meant to, I don't know why, I just said Soul Edge all the time. But yeah, so let's just continue with Wario versus Knuckles. In terms of, but, yeah, in WarioWare, he's, turned into Super Wario Man, and in, Wario World, he's smashed through bricks and, giant rocks and stuff, and he's been able to, it's like Mario. So, he does have a similar, he can fight, and, Smash Brothers has shown him to be able to fight and stuff, but, basically, it's sort of like Starman Mario versus Supersonic. This is gonna boil down to their heightened forms. It's gonna boil down to Hyper Knuckles versus Wario Man. They're both pretty much unstoppable. Well, no, Hyper Knuckles can be damaged. Wario Man is invincible while he is in that form. So, normally I would say Hyper Knuckles probably couldn't keep up with Wario, like he'd be throwing punches and it wouldn't be doing anything, and then Wario Man would be throwing punches and it would actually be hurting Hyper Knuckles. But, it's too... I mean, you have to read the comics in order to even know who the hell Hyper Knuckles, how the hell he even does Hyper Knuckles, and how powerful he is. And you have to... And Wario Man is just really vague. Like, they don't even do any. The only actual thing of, like, indication of him having any sort of heightened abilities is Smash Brothers. And, this fight's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. But, it probably would be done. And another problem with this is that a lot of people don't want to think about this because we've already had Tails versus Luigi and Mario versus Sonic, and, who else are we gonna have now? But I want to, yeah. A lot of these fights have Sonic characters in them. I mean, it is a very popular gaming franchise, series of games and shows and both, comics and stuff like that, so I guess it makes sense that they'd have a lot of them in, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so in terms of Wario's, like, abilities in his regular form, he's not as fast as Mario, he can jump about as well as Mario, but he's definitely a lot physically stronger than Mario. With Knuckles, it's pretty much those same exact things, except it's different because Knuckles is a much better fighter than Mario is. Whereas I don't even think I can see Wario. Like, I don't even know whether Wario's... Like, I think Wario is about as good of a fighter as Mario is, so... Yeah. Knuckles, and you know their speed's probably about even. Believe it, I'd have to say. Um, in terms of who's actually stronger, I'd say Knuckles. But that's more like striking power than anything. I wouldn't say he's stronger in terms of like lifting power or anything. Looks like we're probably gonna have another short episode. I'm gonna go with. I'm actually gonna go with uh, Knuckles on this because Hyper Knuckles, first of all, I think can last a lot longer than Wario Man can. And I don't mean like in a fight. I mean like Knuckles can stay in Hyper Knuckles mode a lot longer than Wario can stay in Wario Man mode. So yeah, and jeez, it's twitching my nose a lot. It's fucking allergies, man. Don't live in Pennsylvania in the fall. Fuck. But in terms of like, Spidey's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Knuckles on this because, like I said, you know, he's probably a little bit better overall. And though Wario Man would make him invincible for a short amount of time, that would wear off before Hyper Knuckles did, and then Knuckles would be able to beat him. So, yeah. Rebel 1995. See ya.